Kind of feel like I'm on a live spree. But I am. Uh, I just feel the need to speak. I'm speaking a lot these days. It feels good to speak a lot these days. I went live in my God Bodies group earlier this morning, and I figured that I'd give you guys some of this juice. Okay, so tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. Hi Jerry. Good morning, good morning, good morning. For those of you guys who do have the opportunity to hop on, first, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me, sharing energy with me, sharing space with me. If you will, please share this live. Please share this video. I need to touch as many people as possible in a short amount of time, the time that God has given me here. So let's just make sure that we're spreading these good vibes. So if you will, definitely share this video for me. I've been thinking about doing like an engagement type thing where, for those people who share my live and leave me a review, I will be gifting something. Okay, I'm saying I'm really in a giving spirit right now. So for the first person who does share my live, leave me a review, just shout your girl out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be sending out a Mega T kit, so that means you get some of this good energy. You guys, I get a lot of compliments about just the energy that I have. Whether I'm more than sure I'm always fired up. That's pretty much what you guys are getting. It's that rah energy through the rooftop kind of vibe, and I want to share that. So like I said, first person who can share this video, or who does share this video and drop me a review, Mega T kit on me, baby. So let's get into the word. Let's get into it. It's Monday. It's Mantra Monday. It's Money Making Monday. It's Magic Monday. It's Motivation Monday. It's all the Mondays, whatever, however you want to say the Monday. It's Monday. One thing that I think we have this conception about Monday, that it's go energy. And quite honestly, Mondays are a time for introspection and reflection. And I'm so grateful for the ability to reflect and to have the ability to introspect. Hello to whoever's hopped on. Like I said, so much gratitude for you spending time and sharing space with me right now. All right. I understand that it is 12:30 almost Central Standard Time. That means 1:30 Eastern Time. I'm aware of time these days. And also it's almost 10:30 Pacific Time here. So wherever you are, wherever you're coming in, drop your girl your location so she knows where you are in time. All right, where you are in time. But I also mentioned too, for the first person who shares this video and leaves me a review, I'm sending out a Mega T kit so you guys can get some of this energy that I be hype on, you know what I'm saying? So you can really catch this vibe, because you can catch this vibe through the video, but there's really like this tea that I drink that really gives me this energy. And I want to share that with you guys. So the first person who does share this, make sure you share it. Make sure you leave me a review. And I would get that out to you. I'm definitely going to be checking to see who does that for me. But like I was saying, it's Mantra Monday, Mega Monday. We'll call it Mega T Monday. Let's do that. Mega T Monday. I was speaking about the actual energy of Monday being a introspective day, a reflective day, and me being so grateful for the ability to reflect and to introspect. And one of the things, hey Chris, good morning. One of the things that I would say I had an opportunity to introspect and to reflect on today is trauma bonds, and all the ways in which we trauma bond, all the ways in which we connect with people. And I hadn't seen, or I won't say hadn't seen, but just at every level, because I did name this live the level up, right? So at every level we kind of hit these same, I'd say not blocks, but these same lessons, right? At every level there's like, you might have that same lesson in the next level, and you're like, but I thought I already leveled up past this lesson. But the truth of, at every level there's new devils, and that lesson just comes to show you the level in which you are, the level in which you are, and also it's a different phase of that lesson. And so in this season right now, if you are right now in this season experiencing a breakage or a release of trauma bonds, put a 1 in the chat for you, girl. Put a 1 in the chat for you, girl, because what that says is that you're also coming into a new beginning. You're coming into a new awareness. You're coming into a new consciousness. You're coming into a new level, okay? Because you're releasing something, and what you are releasing is an old version of you, an old version of your energy, an old version of your reality. And so we're calling those trauma bonds. What we do is we connect at the level in which we are. And so a lot of times when we are going through those shifts in life and things start to fall away from us, we can tend to want to grasp hold to. There it goes. Okay. When we are going through those level ups or whatever, like I said, we don't realize the transition that has to happen first is the detachment from things, the release of things, so you can receive the new. And you are literally detaching from the old connections, the things that no longer resonate with you. And this is the space that I'm in right now. So anytime that I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking from a place of experience and definitely not philosophy. I'm not telling you something that I've read. Although I have read, and that's where the yoke is being broken because it's being revealed to me. But I'm also speaking from a place of experience. Like, this is where I am right now. And so I understand too that I am a collective consciousness and that I have access to collective consciousness. So the things that I'm experiencing, others are experiencing as well. So this may resonate with you. And if it is resonating with you, like I said, drop a 1 in the chat for your girl. Okay. So speaking to that, right, what the shift is happening, or how the shift is happening for me right now, is I'm recognizing the things that are releasing from me are trauma bonds. Their experiences, situations, things, and people where I bonded from a space of an unhealed space. Right. And so the great thing about that means too, is that the people that I am attracting into my life right now are going to be coming in and resonating with me, connecting with me at the level in which I am right now. All right. So it feels good for me because, and again, this is where the gratitude comes into play, because I know the work that I'm doing internally. Therefore, I know that the people that are coming to me, I know what they'll be like. I expect what they will be like, because I'm very aware and conscious of the energy that I am developing within. Right. So it's like I'm now building these bonds coming from a healed space rather than a trauma-based space, unhealed space, a painful space, a wounded space. And so it's today, I just feel very light. I feel very light today because, again, one of the things that I feel like holds us in this space of attachment, when we want to hold on to these people, things, places, situations, experiences, moments, and all that other stuff, we can be in a space of like wanting to possess those things, because what we don't realize is we don't have the understanding. We do not understand all the time what God is doing. And so when we are lacking the understanding, when we are lacking the knowledge, and we don't know, the uncertainty, when you're in uncertainty, you're in, you can sometimes be in fear, you can be in worry, you can be in anxiety, you can be in panic, you can be in nervousness, right? Like I said, anxiety. And so that which again, Father, I can't express this enough. I am just so grateful for my relationship with God. I am so grateful for my relationship with God. I'm so grateful for my relationship with Jesus Christ, because there were times, in the past, and I can look back and see my growth where, I was in that dark space and I was in this uncertainty, and I lacked the awareness, and I lacked the consciousness to understand that, in the midst of the trial, in the midst of the storm, in the midst of the valley, that God was working something out for me. And I would be in a panic about all that was falling around me and trying to grab at everything that was falling around me, that, I just, let me tell you something about the laws of the universe. Okay. When you're in that space of panic, when you're in that space of anxiety, when you're in that space of just like franticness, then what's really meant to be for you can't really find you, because your energy is scattered. Your energy is like every which way. You know what I mean? It's not concentrated. It's not focused. It's sporadic. It's not whole. It's not complete. And so what's crazy is because in the midst of those times, the very thing that you're like, you're saying that you want, because you're in that frantic and panicky and paranoid and, you know, just unclear energy, it's like God is trying to give you exactly what you want, but you're, in a sense, you're pushing it away. In a sense, you're running it away. You're chasing it away, right? Because of that scattered energy, because of that nervous energy. Hello to whoever's hopped on. I'm not able to see who's hopped on, guys, so you got to bear with me. I appreciate you hopping on. Hi, Siam. It's good to see you here. Like I said, for those that I am able to see, thank you guys so much for hopping on the live. Share it for your girl. I'm not able to you know, tag as many people as I'd like, and I definitely feel like this message will resonate with more than the people that follow me. So please, will ya share this message? But yeah, so I was just speaking about, you know, when we are in a space of uncertainty, when we are in a space of just, you know, not knowing exactly what God is doing in our life at that time, we'll sometimes experience, like I said, panic and nervousness, anxiety, and it scatters your energy. And the very thing that you're wanting, the very thing that you're wanting to manifest, it can't really find you, or it really can't come to you in that concentrated level, because your energy is scattered. And I was just thanking God for my relationship with him and this groundedness, this peace that surpasses all understanding, because there was a time when I didn't necessarily have it. You know, I would be afraid because I didn't know what was going on, or I didn't know what was coming up. And now I'm not saying that I know how it's going to transpire, because that's not for me to know. I'm not God. God is God. God is sovereign, and so he knows how it's supposed to transpire. But I know what I put out, and I know what I've requested, and so I know in my asking that he's a deliverer and he's going to provide it for me. And it's not important how it's provided, but I'm knowing that all these chips that are falling in the way they're meant to fall, so the new things can come into play. And it's a peace that surpasses all understanding. It's a groundedness. It's a centeredness that, again, it's something that I am so grateful for. I'm so grateful for, because I've been in a space before in the past where I didn't have it, and where I had an inkling of it. And so when my manifestation did appear for me, it was kind of sort of something like what I asked for. You know what I'm saying? But it was because in my waiting, I was so frantic and afraid and scared and nervous that what I was asking for really couldn't find me exactly the way it was meant to find me. And so I just got particles of it, where now my faithfulness to God and my faithfulness to, I don't have to prove God or to uphold his reputation. God is God, and when God says something, then that's what it's going to be. And so it doesn't matter that I know how it's going to be. It matters that it is, and that it will be. So when this also ties back into what I was saying about the energy that we're putting out. So when you're in that waiting season, when you're in that valley, when you're in that storm, when you're in that space of unknown, when you're in the darkness, and you have frantic energy, and you have, like I said, anxious energy, you're drawing more of that into your world. The very thing that you don't want, you're drawing it more into your world. And so if there's any solace to just, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I mean, I keep on saying it and I can't say it enough. I'm just so grateful because I realize that, again, what I've been asking for God is delivering. And not only is he delivering, what he's delivering and how he's delivering it, it's going to show up to me how I've been showing up. And to know that my works have been so deep and have been so full of love and have been so pure, I'm so excited for what's to come. I'm so excited for what's to come. I'm so excited for what's to come. I'm so excited for what's here. So let's also tie that in, wrap this up with saying that what you want is going to cost you what you have. What you want is going to cost you what you have. You can't have both. You can't have the level up and the stagnation. You can't have they don't mix. The level up is definitely going to cost you where you are right now. Your new life is going to cost you. Hi, Kazam. Your new life is going to cost you your old life. And this is a great opportunity for you to really get clear on, do you really want what you say you wanted? Because when God is trying to give it to you, are you nervous about how he gives it to you? Are you wanting to control that? Because if you want to control that, you want to control God, and that's not real. That's delusion. That's a lie. So I'm just, I wanted to come on because, like I said, I was having a revelation conversation in my God Bodies group today, and I was really speaking about dimensions and shifts and paradigms. And, I understand that some people may get that message and understand exactly what I'm saying, but on a more basic level, what I'm saying is that your new life will cost you your old life. And in the midst of that, that means that you'll have to release trauma. And that's where I'm at. Hi, Carrie. You'll have to release trauma bonds. You're going to have to release pain. You're going to have to release situations, experiences, thoughts, ideas, patterns, people, places that exhibit or promote or push a pain-based narrative. You're going to have to release that. Or at least that's what I'm doing, releasing that. Which, again, is how trauma bonds happen. And a way for you to understand if you're trauma bonding, if the person that you're speaking to, if you're talking to them about the woes of life, that's a trauma bond. You're bonding over a negative. And so the way for you to be able to change that is to flip that on its head and turn it into a positive. Let's not talk about what was, but let's talk about what is. Let's talk about what is right now. Let's talk about what's to come. That's speaking from your healed self. Because whatever it is that was, you've already become a victor over it. It didn't kill you. You're alive. You're well from it. You've survived your best days, and so you should be speaking life and not death. Death is speaking of the past. It's speaking of the trauma. It's speaking of the wound. So once we get out of that, that's how you can really gauge what kind of connections you're making with people. What's the tone? What's the vibration of the conversation? Are we talking about past tense, or are we talking about right now? Are we talking about the good stuff, or are we talking about the bad? Like, what's the conversation? What's the narrative? Because one thing for sure is that you're constantly creating your life by way of word. What are you speaking? What are you speaking over your life? And what are you giving attention to? That's something that's been very prevalent for me as well. Like, are you focusing on the negative or are you focusing on the positive? Being able, good morning, thank you. I needed this right now. Your hair is so long. It's the water, and it's the water, and I use the collagen beauty booster. I drink the tea, and it's really done some great things. Do you want to see the back? Not the gloat, but if you want to see it, I will definitely show you. But I was speaking about, you know, just again, the bonding that we're doing, how we're bonding with people, because what we're doing is we're in those conversations, in those bonds, in those connections that we're having with people or we're making with people, we're also creating the future. So dead that's dead. You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about the old stuff. Let's talk about what is right now. And in speaking of what is right now, let's also project life over that, because that is the word. God gave us the word to be able to create. God, that is how we create, right? That is how we create our realities. And that's truly taking full responsibility for your life. When you keep having the same situations happen for you, and the same situations or experiences keep on happening for you, like it's a loop, it keeps on coming in a different person, is because that experience or that lesson hasn't been learned. And it's probably more than likely because you're still talking about it. You're still talking about it. You haven't forgiven it. It's still in your heart. It's still living in you. So it's constantly coming up for your awareness, for you to, you're constantly persecuting. You're constantly in judgment. And what's funny, that saying, right, when they say you mad, and you're expecting the other person to feel that, you're drinking emotional poison by you being mad at somebody and expecting them to die. It doesn't work that way. You're dying a little bit more every time inside, every time you speak about that person in an ill way, every time you think about that person in an ill way, every time your heart feels a certain way, like if it pings or you stings whenever you see this person or hear their name, or, you know, like whatever, and that's you expecting them to die because you mad. That's insane. And again, like I said, and then you start seeing how this same lesson and this same situation keeps showing up in your life, and it's a pattern, and you're like, why do I keep experiencing this? Well, it's because you haven't learned the lesson and you haven't let it go. So it's going to keep on showing. It's a karmic at that point. It's a karmic lesson, and karma is a boomerang. And so in order for us to be able to clear that karma, we have to forgive. And you're not forgiving them for them, you're forgiving them for you, so you don't have to keep going through the lesson. The best way for us to rid ourselves of karma is to forgive. It's also for us to become appreciative of the experience, because whatever it is that person was meant to teach you, it was needed for your soul. It's a soul lesson. And so it's meant to trauma of it, but to flip it on its head and see the positive. What did it teach? What did it teach you? What did you gain? What did you gain? What is the solution? What do you know now that you didn't know then? And then you can also be grateful. It's like, man, I'm so grateful that happened to me, because had it not, I wouldn't have known this. I'm so grateful. Appreciation is the best way. Gratitude is the best way to neutralize negative energy. That's why we say to start our day off with gratitude. Because it neutralizes. It cleanses karma. It literally, it turns your negative into a positive, just like that. And then you start to be in this space. You start to exhibit this energy of appreciation and gratitude. And gratitude is the highest attractor. It's the highest magnetizer. And then that's when God's like, oh my God, this person is so appreciative. Let me keep giving them all these good things to be appreciative for, because God is abundant. And if you want to break it down into the universe, it's the same way. Like, the universe is literally it's not paying attention to what you're saying, it's paying attention to what you're feeling. And so if you're constantly in the bitterness, in bitter, you know, it's hurting in your heart and just mad all the time, regardless of what you're saying, because it matters what you're saying at that point. It's your heart, it's your energy, it's your vibe, right? You can't lie. It shows up in your life. And that's how you know you can't lie. right? Hello, Melvin. So it's going to keep on giving you what you're feeling in your heart. It's just going to keep on giving it because it doesn't know. It doesn't work in the way of knowing. It works in the way of vibration. So the best way for us to change the trajectory, the best way for us to change the trajectory is for us to become more appreciative of our experiences and to forgive. And that's just like when we say for people who go to jail, right? When they commit a crime, you are literally only supposed to pay for a crime one time. If you pay for a crime for more than one time, then you weren't forgiven. And those aren't spaces that you want to be in. If you're in a space where somebody's constantly bringing up all the bad things that you do, and like you've apologized or you asked for forgiveness or whatever, and it's like, but you remember when, and they're constantly bringing up who you were, you don't want to be in those spaces. Those people don't know how to forgive. And you're going to constantly feel persecuted. And that's going to bring you to shame. It's going to bring you to guilt. It's going to bring you to negative energy. It's going to bring you to envy or jealousy or anger or frustration or disappointment, which are all low vibrational energies. And you don't want to be in that space. So even in those situations, you have to forgive that person and forgive that space and forgive that person and forgive that energy and forgive it. You got to show appreciation. In that space, what it did was teach you where you don't want to be and what you don't want to feel, how you don't want to live. Man, I'm so appreciative that I went through that, and I thank this person and I thank this experience, because now I know that I don't want to be loved like that. Like, that's not love, and I know that, and so I'll go where I'm loved. I'm so grateful that I learned that. I'm so grateful for this person. And that literally turns the experience on its head. It turns that negative into a positive, because it was never a negative in the first place. It was really something that your soul was meant to learn. So I just feel so good because, like I said, for me, this level up is learning from which the energy that I am. Hi, Malcolm. Learning the energy from which I am creating from. And the energy that I'm creating from is not one of trauma. Like, y'all, I'm so serious. I've been working so hard. And this is where I'm going to toot my own horn. I have been working so hard on my energy. I've been working so hard on my energy. I've been working so hard to clear my karma. I've been working so hard to feel better about myself, to be a better human, to be a better person to myself. I've been loving on myself. I've been patient with myself. I've been true to myself. I've been faithful to myself, man. Like, I'm so serious. I've been committed to myself. I've been the best person to myself. Like, when we speak about being your best for yourself, I've been doing it, because I realize I can't expect someone else to do that for me if I'm not even doing it for myself. And so I really feel so good about the people that are coming into my life. And I also feel really good about the people that are leaving out of my life, because I understand I'm not in that space anymore. And so those people can't go with you to the next level. And that's really to show that you graduated. It's like the universe is saying, hey, congratulations, next level, graduation, let's go. And that feels good. When you go from middle school to high school, 8th grade to from the 8th grade, you're not upset about that graduation. You're going to miss your friends. But then when you get to 9th grade and you see how big it is, and you see all the other people, and you see how all the levels and all the upper rooms and all the upperclassmen, you see all these people and all this opportunity to make new connections, you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm a high schooler now. I'm a freshman. And you're excited about it, right? So just saying, like, whatever it is you're going through right now, if you are feeling and feeling a sense of loss, know that it's because something new is coming. Secondly, don't get caught up in anger and bitterness and frustration and disappointment about what's leaving. Understand that it's meant to leave, that there was some way a trauma attached to it, and what you've done is healed that space, and that space no longer requires that connection. And so you can call into your life what you want now to fill that space. But space can only be filled if it's empty. If it's not empty, ain't nothing, you can't get nothing there. Right? It's already full. Create space in your life. That's what's happening. That's what we're doing right now. God is creating so much space in our life so he can give us exactly what we want. So just make sure that you're speaking good things over yourself. Make sure that you're putting out good energy. Make sure that you are forgiving. I mean, when I say forgiving, guys, I mean forgiving. I mean, from the person that flipped you off at the stop sign to the person that did, whatever you felt like you could never forgive. Like, forgive it. Let it go. Because if not, it's going to keep on showing up for you in a different person. And that cycle's just going to continue to happen until you learn the lesson. It's just going to be a karmic cycle for you. That ain't what we want. You learn the lesson once. Let it only be one time you have to learn the lesson. Sometimes we have to learn it more than once because we're too busy wanting to hold on. So let's just only have to learn the lesson once. Okay? Because you literally only, that's how it is with judgment. Judgment, God only says that, when you do whatever, he forgives your sins, he remembers them no more. That's God. Anything and anyone else that wants to remind you of your sin or remind you of what you've done in the past, that's not of God. You don't want that. And don't be that. Okay? So I love you guys. It's Monday. Let's make sure that we're smashing our reflection and introspection times, taking this for what God gave it to us for. I am doing free wellness evaluations today. I have 3 spots open, so hit your girl up. Okay, let's get you started. Let's figure out what your current goals are, how you can get there. Let's get a meal plan set in place. Let's get a workout plan set in place. Let's get a mental plan set in place, and let's do this. Okay, I'm so excited because it's week 2 of our 15-day challenge for my queens only, the Pressure Makes Diamonds challenge. And I know for an absolute fact that the way that these people came in, they will not leave. Okay, because I ain't leaving the same. Okay, so hit your girl up. Let's get you started. Again, share this live. Share for the first person that shares it and leaves me a review. I am sending out a Mega T kit so you guys can get this good energy that I be on. Okay, other than that, I love you.